and welcome. I'm Tracy Pa with the Midday News. The PNG government needs to make a commitment to bring electricity to all households in Papua New Guinea. Chairman of the National Energy Authority, Joseph Gabut, was quite frank in his presentation at the Regulators Forum that started the PNG Investment Week in Sydney, Australia on Sunday, December 8. Gabut further drew attention to state-owned entity PNG Power Limited, who is yet to start on the rural electrification commitment. On the other hand, Australia, New Zealand, Japan and the US have been helping with electrification access for rural areas while helping with work on distribution lines.
And 100% by renewable energy in 2050. So we haven't even started. There hasn't been any commitment from the government, and it's important. There should be funding of this very important program or plan, which will help most of our people that are living out in the rural areas. They are not connected to the grid and probably will never be connected to the grid. So we have to find smart solutions to bring electricity to people in the remotest parts of PNG. So I'm very concerned about this issue.
Works on the air side of Gurney Airport in Midday province as part of the airport upgrade works under the Civil Aviation Development Investment Project 2 will commence in January 2025. The project was launched in May of this year, marking once more the national government's commitment to the air transport sector.
Runway works at the Gurney Airport in Midday province will commence in January 2025 and run through to July 2025. The National Airports Corporation announced that this transformative project includes the resurfacing of the existing runway with hot mixed asphalt and the upgrading of associated facilities to meet international safety and operational standards. NAC says during the period of works from January to July next year, travelers may experience some disruptions, including the temporary reduction in aircraft sizes servicing Gurney Airport. NAC acknowledges that these adjustments may pose inconvenience, but are necessary to ensure the timely and successful delivery of a safer and more efficient airport for the region. The upgrade of the Gurney Airport is facilitated under the Civil Aviation Development Investment Project 2, or CADIP 2. The benefits of these upgrades will be felt for years to come, enabling Gurney Airport to serve as a critical gateway for economic growth, tourism and improved connectivity for the people of Midday province. Maricela Kelaton, TVWAN News.
Good public relations from Central Command police officers and the central community has seen two murder suspects who were allegedly involved in killing two people recently surrendered to police without hesitation. Central Provincial Police Commander Chief Inspector Joseph Saleh confirmed that the first suspect who surrendered to police was involved in allegedly murdering his wife while the other killed a man. Saleh said both suspects are believed to be from Goilala in Central Province. He attributed the surrendering of the suspects to good communication between the police and the community. Kamaliki Vocational Education Training Center, one of the largest in the Highlands region, celebrated its 57th graduation ceremony with 629 students earning National Certificate 1 qualifications in various trades. Kinoka Hotune Fio was the guest of honor. While unable to attend in person due to a busy schedule, he addressed the graduates via WhatsApp, highlighting the importance of the skills acquired.
Country, we got big gap skill shortage. So with that training, we can be able finding work in Australia, New Zealand. First we will trade it as a mechanic, bricklayer, carpenter, in the various different fields where of tradies also. So tradies here got big shortage gap in Australia and New Zealand. So we make sure that you may affiliate one of them training in Australia and New Zealand. So that way if you finish your house, you got really experience, you can come work in Australia and New Zealand.
Minister Fio also emphasized the importance of their trade skills in contributing to district and provincial development. Kamaliki Vet Center manager Knox Tayo praised the resilience of the board, administration and teachers in overcoming challenges during the 2024 academic year. Momase Regional Vet Coordinator Paul Gunn encouraged the students to make full use of their certificates. The ceremony highlighted Kamaliki Vet Center's ongoing commitment to molding skilled individuals who are prepared to contribute to national development and fulfill their potential. Meanwhile, 7 inmates from the Correctional Services Institute in Eastern Highlands Province graduated alongside the 629 other students, earning their National Certificate 1 qualifications in various trades at this graduation. The graduates expressed their gratitude for the Memorandum of Agreement between Correctional Services Department and the Department of Education, which allowed prisoners to access training programs. In an interview, inmate Bobby David shared how the program brought new hope to their lives.
Bro, thank you again. Na nam do sabin cha do sabanis, do lugo sem plan na panyam do hope, ba true lo commendable mi bla. En putim da kam auto sem lo school na school da pilimo sem bla gat big ama masam bien da kan go outside mi bla kam senis percent na intra community mi bla ka good man na wan sadim do working na kam mi bla na work again.
Kelvin Howe, another inmate graduate, reflected on how the program transformed his outlook on life.
Mitino sem karabus na emplo life plumilo and finish plumino no aron la kutla saning ba kama pinjada life plumla image pat untuk thank you losla program well pin kamapim agreement on TVWAN lo bringim rehabilitation program lo kamapim kutla lo mibal karabus man.
This initiative not only equipped inmates with valuable skills but also offered them a second chance at life, reinforcing the power of rehabilitation and education to transform lives. In regional news, Australia has struck a sweeping new pact with Nauru designed to stop China from gaining security foothold in the Pacific island nation. The federal government promising to hand Nauru $140 million in budget support in return for security guarantees.
And sealed. Australia and Nauru strike a new bargain for a new competitive era.
We share geography, we share history, we share a region.
To Nauru, Australia, it's not just a friend, but family.
Isolated and with a population of just 11,000, Nauru faces a grim financial outlook. Australia stepping in with $140 million in budget and security support over 5 years.
We recognise that the economic stability of our neighbours benefits our entire region.
The government also convincing Commonwealth Bank to step in to ensure that Nauru isn't left without a bank.
A step toward greater financial stability for our people.
But there's a quid pro quo, with Australia given effective veto power over Nauru's decisions on national security and some critical sectors like banking and telecommunications.
This treaty will make our region stronger and it will make it safer.
Foreign Affairs officials are working feverishly to consolidate Australia's position in the Pacific, locked in what the Foreign Minister calls a permanent contest with China. And they're using every tool at their disposal. Later this week, the government's also expected to unveil a deal to establish an NRL team in Papua New Guinea, again with one eye fixed firmly on Beijing.
After a remarkable 24 hours in Syria, there has been celebrations taking place across the globe, including here in Australia. In Sydney's West and in Melbourne, people took to the streets to mark the fall of the Assad regime. But there is also anxiety about Syria's future.
14,000 kilometres from Damascus, beating drums mark the end of the Assad regime. On horseback and using horsepower, people clogged roads, bringing traffic to a standstill. One Campbelltown teacher stayed up all night, glued to the TV.
No one can imagine what has been done to the people of Syria over these years.
Watching the end of a 50-year dictatorship brought new hope.
I want to smell the land, the soil. I want to visit my father's grave.
Police said there was no major incidents, but allegations of anti-Semitic chants heard in footage have since surfaced.
The chants were in a foreign language, and of course we need to have those translated and investigated, but they are certainly under investigation.
As the celebrations continued, it isn't clear how the rebels led by Islamist group Hayat Tahrir al-Sham will lead the country, but some say it may encourage those who fled to return home.
It will solve the big problem, which is the refugee problem. Currently there are 3.5 million refugees in Turkey, about 1 million in refugee camp northern Syria, 1 million in Lebanon, about 1 million in Jordan.
The HTS is a listed terrorist organisation in Australia, but some here are now urging the government to work with the rebels to help rebuild the country.
So I ask all international leaders, please give this opposition group a chance. They changed, don't link them to terrorists, to ISIL or Daesh.
But for now, the celebratory sound of drums will play on in the beating heart of Australia's Syrian community.
In sports, some exciting new talents have been identified from the PNG Track and Field Championship held in Port Moresby recently. New talents were spotted in the women's ranks at the Sir John Guy Stadium, with a few youngsters capping off memorable times in the under-18 women's 100-meter final. Experienced runners were on track to boost the status, with well over 300 athletes participating. PNG Athletics President Tony Green said with talent on display, the junior women's sprint athletes should start thinking about the competition opportunities ahead, not just the Pacific Games, but the 2026 World Under-20 Championships in the US. One of the Eastern Highlands Province's largest off-season rugby league competition, the Yagaria League, is bringing excitement to Lufa District while keeping youths engaged and out of trouble this festive season.
The Yagaria Off-Season Rugby League, one of the largest competitions in Eastern Highlands Province, is underway in Lufa District. Hosted at Yeforapi Primary School every Sunday from November to January. The league has grown to include 20 teams this year, up from 12 in previous years. President Simon Cassels said the league aims to engage youth in sports and church activities during the festive season to keep them away from trouble. The competition has also produced talented players who now represent teams like the Bintago Gorokalahanis in the Digicel ExxonMobil Cup competition. The league continues to serve as a platform for youth development and talent discovery in the region.
No, it's all about youth running game, showcasing all raw talents, all line stuff lo place. All got chances lo can play out lo some lab. Like simol lo come up bring him all talents will come play. At least lines are working all scout selection about that is all can come. People so far people running game good, smooth, trouble free. Whereas some club we can hurry more one the little game will fight na kind of same but league blooming very safe.
Susan Oriape, TVWAN Sports.
That ends our news update. To join us at 6 for more.